Alright, so this is Rosanna from Innovation Middle School, and I'm here to demonstrate my Python game that I've created. So, as it says here at the comment at the top, this is a random facts game. So, basically, the computer will generate a random fact, and you have to give it the answer. So, if I play it, it's asking me, do you know your facts? So I'm just going to say yes. So, it says, I will give random facts, you must tell me the answer. You have 3 lives. Every question you answer wrong, you lose a life. If you answer 3 correct, you win. So I will say yes, I am ready. So we're starting. So the first question is, what is the square root of 81? Well, 9 times 9 is 81, so the square root of 81 is 9. I'm going to enter 9 into the interpreter, and it tells me that it was correct. So then it gives me another question. So it's asking me the first 6 digits of pi. So 3.14. Let's just say that I don't know what the first 6 digits of pi are. So I enter that, and it gives me the answer. So if I do this, then it will, so favorite number, 8, 365. So I answered 3 of them correct, and it gives me the prompt that says that I won. So we're going to look at the coding now. So after it prepares me for the game start, we have 2 variables that we created. The variable correct answers and the variable incorrect answers. So we have a while statement, which means everything in here is going to go on while this is true. So while correct answers is less than 3, and incorrect answers is less than 3. So remember, we said if you get 3 wrong or 3 right, then you either lose or win. So we're saying if it's less than 3 or less than 3, then this is going to happen. So it's saying, here's your question, what is the square root of 81? So we've created a new variable called square root of 81. And so we're saying that the square root of 81 is the input. Now normally, input would come out as a string, so we have to use the integer function, which makes it a integer. So if the square root of 81 equals the integer 9, then we print, yes, you are right. And we add 1 to the variable correct answers. So once we reach 3 correct answers, then it will break and jump out of this program. So if we don't say that it's 9, then it will give you the correct answer. Nope, the answer is 9. And to be fancy, I added what made you think it was whatever answer the user gave. Remember, we stored the user's input in the variable square root of 81. But since we made this variable square root of 81 an integer, we have to make it a string again using the str function. So let's move on to the second question. So, well, what are the first 6 digits of pi? So pi equals input. So for this particular one, because pi is not an integer, it's got decimal points, we're going to make it a string. So if pi equals string of 3.14159, then we print yes, you got it correct, and add 1 to variable correct answers. If it's not right, then we say no, sorry, it is 3.14159. And then we add 1 to the variable incorrect answers. So this isn't really necessary, but it makes for consistency. So if correct answers or incorrect answers equals 3, then we break and jump out of the program, as I said before. So we move on to the next question. How many days are in the month of February? So we created a new variable called days in the month equals integer input because we're looking for a number. So there can be 29 or 28 days in the month of February. So if days in month equals 29, we print yes. and add 1 to correct answers. If days in month equals 28, we print yes and add 1 to correct answers. If not, then we print that it's not, and then we say, oh, well, the user's input was close. And then we add 1 to incorrect answers. And once again, we add our if correct answers or incorrect answers. It equals 3, we break and jump out of the program. So see, there are these 4 spaces in front of it, which means this is a subroutine of this while statement. So keep going. So basically, there are more questions. This one was an opinionated question. So instead of putting for the answer, if they say 12, which happens to be my favorite number, then you print yes, that's mine too. But we're not going to add it to correct answers because it's an opinionated question. Same thing for the answer if it's not 12. We say, oh, well, mine's 12, and then we say the user's input number is nice also. So again, we don't add to the incorrect answers because it is an opinionated question. And so we have 2 other questions, just to be sure that we don't run out of questions before the user. So at one of these points, we're going to hit a break where correct answers or incorrect answers equals 3. So then, once we break, we jump out of this program and go back to the beginning. So if the user has answered 3 questions correctly, the variable correct answers will be stored at the value 3. So if that happens, we will have jumped out of the program because of this if statement, and we will come to this program, which says we will print a space and then tell the user that they've won. If the variable incorrect answers is stored with the integer 3, then we will print, oh no, you've run out of lives, better luck next time. So this is a breakdown of my program, and thank you for watching.